All right, welcome to AIM Sports Club. Let's get it. Shout out to BBE TV. We're going to recap the fights from this weekend. We had Israil Madrimov versus Michael Bullock. Now, Israil was undefeated. His first fight coming from Saudi in the U.S. He did get the win. Now, Michael 6-7. Now, for that sloppy record, he was tougher than we thought. Zaya definitely won by decision. Let's just keep building him up. Then we had Steven Nelson versus Marcos Rodriguez. They both were undefeated. Somebody's O had to go. Steven so-called Nelson did pull off the win. Knockout. And shout out to his apparel. He does make custom boxing apparel for himself and other fighters. Make sure y'all go check him out for that. Excited to see what he's going to do next. We had Andy Cruz versus Antonio Moran. Andy Cruz fourth fight, 3-0. Andy Cruz did get the win in a tough fight. Felt like he could have showed more offensive skills and got this thing done earlier, but he got the job done. And we had Isaac Cruz versus Jose Venezuela, one of the upsets of the night. Isaac Cruz lost by decision. Venezuela schooled him. Isaac Cruz, that one trick is done. That one trick is over. It's time to get in the lab, step your game up if you can. If not, just find you another puncher to fight. Because them boxers, I don't think you got it in you. Then we had Andy Ruiz versus Israil Big Baby Miller. I did pick Ruiz pre-fight. It did end up in a draw. I don't want to see it again. The fight was definitely boring. Big Baby wasn't really throwing enough. He was just moving his weight around. And Ruiz coming off a 2-year layoff, I didn't really expect too much. And we had Jared the Real Big Baby Anderson versus Martin Bacoli. Boy, oh boy, boy, oh boy. Martin Big Machine Bacoli walked right through Jared Anderson. Pummeled him, beat him down, little boyed him, disrespected him. It's time for Bacoli to move up to the big dogs. And Anderson, we're going to talk about what he should do later. I'm not really sure. I think they moved him up too fast. Walked right to that big machine. Couldn't hurt him. And if he did hurt him, Bacoli definitely wore that well. Then we had David Morrell versus Hot Rod. Morrell stole a victory. They should have definitely made that a draw. He really showed no skill, a lot of frustration. The power didn't really translate as he thought it would. Chasing Benavidez, you might want to slow down, champ. Get you a couple tune-ups, figure it out before you try to get back in that game. But you did get the win, and that's all that matters. Then we had Terrence Bud Crawford versus Israil the Dream Madrimov. Both had undefeated records. Terrence Crawford did get the unanimous decision. Pretty much, he was just one step ahead. First couple rounds, he had to collect the data. Then after that, he was just one step ahead of Israil. Israil's a tough fighter. Definitely didn't let up. If it was anybody besides Crawford, he might have got a victory. Overall, it was a great night of boxing. Shout out to Turkey. I would just say start the cards earlier or lessen the fight count, especially for us on the East Coast, so we can get to sleep or get to what we need to do at a decent time. Overall, good card. Looking out for the next one. The next one, I'm going to actually talk to y'all about what these fighters should do next, or at least the winners per se, maybe even the losers too. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining me in the club. On behalf of BBE TV, I'm out.